I'm Mickey O'Brien. I'm the referee assigner for the 2015 President's Cup put on by North Texas. This is also Jennifer Huey here. She's going to be the referee coordinator this weekend. President's Cup is really important for all the players that participate this weekend because it also gives them a chance to come to a national title for the President's Cup. There's going to be a lot of information here that's going to be shared by Jennifer Huey, and I'm going to leave her and let you talk to her.
Thanks, Mickey.
Yeah, bye.
All right. So like Mickey said, we have a lot of information to help make this weekend very seamless for you. First, we'd like to talk about the check-in procedures. It's real important that you get to the field at least 45 minutes early so that you can check in, and you do so by texting Mickey or Jennifer with your field number and your game times to these phone numbers. I'll give you a second to jot that down. Please be sure you get in touch with us no later than 30 minutes prior, but preferably 45 minutes prior. Also, we have a map of the field for you. Let me zoom that in for you. Don't want this to be the only area that you can find this information, so I want you to be sure that you stop at the northtexassoccer.org website where you can find lots of really great information, one being this field map so you'll know where to go, the other being the tournament rules. And I'd like for you to take time to please review all of the tournament rules because there's lots of really good stuff in there. A couple of things you need to be aware of. One is that you can substitute on any stoppage, any team, any stoppage, except for corner kicks and penalty kicks. So again, any team, any stoppage, except for corner kicks and penalty kicks. The game balls are provided by each team. So one obviously will be used to play. Keep the second ball at the halfway line between the team benches. That way it's in a neutral spot for us to retrieve in the event that we need another ball. Sometimes there's a conflict in the jerseys, and if there is a conflict in the jerseys, it will be the home team's responsibility to change jerseys. Now, check-in. This is so incredibly important that we get this right. You are going to receive a game card from Mickey or myself prior to each game. A lot of you are probably already very familiar with these forms, but I want to take a moment to walk you through them. What I want you to notice are the team names, and then you'll have all of the players and coaches and managers listed on this sheet. You'll also receive player cards from each player and manager or coach that is participating in this event. It is important to notice that you have got to have a player card for this person to be eligible to play. Now, a couple of things to note on this game sheet. There's a column here that has a check mark on the top of it. When you check in a player and you've matched their face from their player card to their name on the roster and their jerseys match both the roster and the jersey they're wearing, you can put a check mark in that box. Otherwise, you cannot put a check mark in that box. If there is a line highlighted through a player's name, they cannot play in this match. You need to refer them to the tournament headquarters for them to sort out and handle. It is not your decision to make. There's a line, just send them nicely over to the tournament headquarters and they'll take care of it for you there. The other thing you need to be aware is if you have to issue a card, there is a column for yellow cards and red cards, and it's very important that you fill this out and make sure that you've got the proper number of the player who received the card. At the end of the game, please be sure that you have printed your name legibly for us to read, and that way you all agree on the scores. And once you all agree on the scores and you put your name on here, you'll put a score at the top and at the bottom in these two boxes. It's important they both match and that you do it correctly. If there are any special notes, you'll see them over here under instructions and notes. Please be sure you read through that. Something that's already listed here is what we do with these game cards at the end of the match. So at the end of the match, the winning team is going to take this to the tournament headquarters to turn in to record their scores. In the event of a tie, the home team will take this. So be sure you fill this out correctly. Make sure at the end of the match, you and your referee team have concluded that everything is correct, and then you hand this over to the team manager. Now, at the same time, you also have those player cards that checked in. It's very, very important that when you have those player cards with their pictures on it, that you give it back to the person who handed it to you at the beginning of the game. Because if we lose those, they can't play in the next game. We've got to have them. So, keep in mind also that only 4 adults are allowed on each sideline for each team. Any more than that, they cannot be there. Make sure they've got their credentials on. They've got to have a credential around their neck in order to be on that touch line. Also, sometimes coaches maybe coaching other teams, but if they are not a coach for that team, even if they have credentials, they cannot be on that touchline. It's important that you know that as well. All right, game length. U11s and U12s for preliminaries, 30 minutes. U13s to U14s, 35 minutes. 15s and 17s, 40 minutes. All right, that's your main important topics for this weekend. Again, please go check out www.northtexassoccer.org. Review the tournament rules. Make sure you understand the location by checking out the map. And if you have any questions at all, please contact Mickey or myself. We'll be there most of the weekend. All right, thanks so much and have a great day.